arm and think about some ways and methods, things that you find that help you at home when he tends to have challenges with kind of not wanting to wash his hands or do certain things. That would be helpful for us. So we can just start off with that. I'm just going to let her kind of voice her concerns so far, and then we'll just kind of take it from there.
So, first off, you told me yesterday you changed him 3 times after he peed on himself?
Okay.
2 times? So you changed him personally?
I didn't change them personally. We don't change them. It's an independent class. They put on their own clothes.
So you didn't see that his clothes was inside out and on backwards?
That's how he put them on. That's how, if they put them on like that, that's how he put them on. And you said don't touch him, so.
No, I said don't pull his arm.
No, you said don't touch a child.
Wow. Okay. This one. So, with you, my son has identified you as pulling his arm again today. Because when I had called earlier and I said I would like to speak to him, he said that he was scared. So when he told me he was scared, it's like somebody took the phone from him. I'm not sure if the phone dropped or whatever happened. I called Brad, so he went into the office. He went to the office of Miss Helen. So I was asking him, I said, Kaka, why are you scared? He said he's scared because his teacher is still pulling his arm. And I said, well, which teacher pulled your arm today? He said the white one. That's how he described you guys. The different track. Yes.
I know you voiced my opinion, but Miss Morgan, and I'm right there in the classroom. We don't she did not put her hands on him at all. We don't know why he cries. We don't know why.
He cries when he's upset. That's not the crying. Not it. We're talking about. I'm talking about him.
We come inside every day because Makai cannot get his way with things. He starts to scream and holler. We don't know what's the matter with him. We can ask him what's the matter with him. He will scream the louder. We don't know what's the matter with him. So it's nobody touching him. He's screaming.
I'm not saying you're
saying that, but he's really screaming.
I know he screams. I tried to voice that to you. I tried to voice it to you that
they are so scared. We got one wetting now. Now we have a concern about why they wetting. So he's screaming and hollering and he's scaring them. There's nobody doing anything to him.
I'm not saying every time my son screams. I told you that I tried to vocalize that to you when you called me on the teacher thing. And I told you, are you going to allow me to talk? Because I know she said let me voice my opinion. What I'm saying to you, I tried to voice it to you that my son is a screamer when he doesn't get his way. He doesn't like to be talked at. He likes to be talked to. And you have this whole demeanor about you, like you didn't listen to me when I tried to voice that to you. When I called the next day, you didn't want to listen to me when I tried to voice it to you. It's like it's your way or no way. And the first time when she grabbed his arm, well, when I saw on the camera, she didn't pull it. She grabbed it. After you grabbed it, he grabbed his arm. I get that you guys want him to go to the carpet, whatever it is, but this is child care. Redirecting means you guide them by their shoulders. If they don't want to go, they can play with whatever toy they want to play with. I'm in the same field that you guys are in.
This is not child care.
This is they're in pre-K, and I am a licensed teacher too. It is. I am a licensed teacher as well. I have a BK license. It's same. I get it.
This is child care.
Okay, well, without child care, you still cannot pull nobody by their extremities, baby. No matter how you want to read, you cannot pull nobody by their arms, by their legs, unless they're physically hurting someone. Was he physically throwing something at someone?
He was physically putting his body on her. So what can he do? Because he was doing that to me. So when he leans his body on you, what do you want to do?
You can console him. You can put him on the carpet. You can let him have his screaming fits. But nobody. Yeah. Pulling him and let him have his screaming fits is not what you're doing. He's never said that you pulled him. So I'm not.
I understand what you're saying because this is what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. But you're saying that's not what he's doing and that's not what he's saying. You're not in the classroom to actually hear and doing what he's saying. It's a different thing.
Well, go get him because he can definitely voice it to you. What's happening to him?
Oh, he doesn't. He screams. He doesn't voice anything.
Can you please let her know that he will voice it to you after he finishes screaming fits? What is wrong with him?
After he's done tantrums, if that's what you want to call him, he will tell you what's wrong with him.
But he's not doing that. That's what I'm trying to explain it to her. He's just still screaming. Do you understand why he's just screaming? And we're trying to ask him what's the matter with him. And he's not doing that. Instead, he's just saying, he's just screaming louder and louder. Mm-hmm. So what I'm trying to explain to her, we're trying to tell, we're trying to say, what's the matter, Makai? What's the matter? And instead, he goes, and he keep doing it. So we just let him go ahead and do it. But in the midst of all of that, he's scaring the other children, and we have 17 other kids in the classroom. So with him crying and him doing all of that, we don't know what to do with that. We don't, and so when she calls and when she gets into it, it's almost like you're telling us it's something we're doing wrong. We're not doing anything
I'm not
wrong.
trying to
It's
tell
we
you you're
don't
doing
know
something
what
wrong.
to do.
I'm not telling you doing something wrong. I just asked why my son was sitting in a corner today for 10 minutes. I don't call you every
No,
every
I'm
little
gonna be
thing that I
honest with
see.
you. He was sitting more than 10 minutes because that was his choice. He did not want to get up. He fell. He was doing all of that. We don't know why he was. That is the quiet area. So that's that's where we ask him to go. If he does not, we don't know. If he was crying and screaming, we don't know why he was doing it. And first he said he was sleepy. Then he said he was hungry. Then he said that he wanted water. How can we give it to him if he's screaming and hollering and we don't know? We can't get him to the table. We can't do anything because he's still screaming and hollering.
Screaming and hollering is not gonna stop him from eating. If he see food, he gonna go to that table. And like I said, all this I was trying to voice to you the very first day before even starting. I tried to voice this to you over the phone. I was like, he has these fits. He does. He's been in group settings his whole life, since birth, his whole entire life. So, and I tried to give you tips on how to help him from his screaming fits. Because this is social. This is supposed to help him socially. Because even when I signed him up for this, I let them know this is what he does. And they say, that is fine. This is what we work on. But nevertheless, that has nothing to do with grabbing him and like that. Like, I saw you one time, like you got down to his level and you gave him a hug, he calmed down, he wasn't along with you. That's how you do guidance. That's how you get down to the level. But talking at him or because you don't want him to grab this toy, this, that, the third, that's not okay with me. That's never okay with me.
But you're saying we're talking at him. We talk to him at a tone. He screams and yells no and all of this stuff. So the best thing we can do is we do our yoga. We do all of that. He does not want to do that.
Actually, we were working.
Yeah, he doesn't want to do it.
Yeah, and then after Friday, I guess that's when she was Monday. You wasn't here. Tuesday, Monday, whatever day she wasn't here. That's when that Talaya lady came in. I guess y'all vocalized whatever y'all want to vocalize about me because she grabbed his arm from that door because she was blocking the door. I seen her blocking the door, so Kaka couldn't go in there. And I guess she was like, I'm not, about to grab his arm because his mama already vocalized. She doesn't want him to be grabbed. Here go Talaya, grabbing him by his arm and pulling him away from the door. And I called her too that same morning. And then I have a video of my son as soon as he got in the car that he remembered it from her that morning saying, Mommy, my arm hurt. Another teacher done grabbed my arm. I've already sent the recording to Brad, so he sees it too. So I'm just like, he's not a slow kid. He's very intelligent, he's very smart. If you get time to through his screams that I know is probably nerve-wracking because like I said, I've been going through it. I tried to help you. I tried to give you tips on how to stop him from screaming. But after you get through that, he will tell you what is going on. He will tell you his full day, what happened. He will describe you guys from T. He described Talaya from the T, from what she had on to the stripes and everything, and told me exactly which one pulled this on.
And you know what? I'm going to tell you. I'm going to give you an example because I understand what you're saying. Because I have a daughter that had the same behaviors, the same everything. But you got to realize children act different around you. You say he can vocalize. He doesn't do that here. And he vocalized what he's not going to do. He vocalized no. He vocalized they're bothering me. He vocalized stuff that he just vocalized stuff that's not happening. He can't
My
vocalize.
son is not a liar, baby.
I didn't call him a liar.
No, but you said it's not happening.
It did. We sat in the area, and he said the children was bothering him. They was not. They wasn't even. They were playing it their way, and they playing their way. He said they were bothering him. That was not truthful. He said that somebody is messing with him. That was not truthful. If the kids are, they're in the room trying to know the room. So how can someone bother him where as though they wasn't doing it? When today, like again, we were outside. They were sitting. It was 4 children sitting at the table. They had the ball. He came over here and tried to take the ball forcefully out of one of the little girls. She's small. out of her hand. And I said, Makai, that is not nice. He said he wanted. Anything that he wants to get. You don't see that, but that happens.
I see that he has an older sister.
Right.
So
that
I like
happens.
it's
That
not
happens.
nothing he's doing.
So what are we
here.
supposed to do when nothing is done to him, but he does? What do you suggest we do with the other children? And then they go home
You
and tell
supposed
their parents that he's doing that to them. So what do you suggest we tell them?
The truth. I want you
And
to
that's
talk
what
to
I'm,
them.
I'm telling you the truth.
I want you to tell them the truth, and I want you to talk to my son and not grab him. Y'all still missing the whole point of why I'm here. It's like I don't want your hands on him unless he needs your help. Like putting on clothes, that's okay. Helping guiding him to somewhere, but pulling at his extremities is never okay. I don't know what type of training you done went through, or what type of whatever you got to go through, but it's never okay. Not with state, not with TPS, not with DSS, not with none of them. Not police. You cannot pull at nobody, not even your own kid. You cannot pull at nobody else's kid.
So I think we're definitely, I think y'all understand that. We're all on the same page. Mr. Hester's looked at most of the videos, well, all of the videos. I've seen that one. It doesn't look as though he was being grabbed or jerked maliciously. So we all know that's a given. So if we can just kind of compartmentalize that just for a moment, because going forth, there's going to be no putting your hands on,
Yeah.
pulling on, period. So let's put that over here on the table. Let's go back to, we need help from you to help them guide, nurture, and foster his growth and development. So any tips and things that you can kind of give us that work well, whether it be with you or in former situations that have worked well?
He likes rewards, and like I said, he likes jobs. I said that on the very first day. If you give him a job, if he feels like he's important in the classroom, then he will follow along. Like he doesn't like to feel like he's ignored. So of course he's going to do that screaming because now he feels like, oh, ain't nobody paying no attention to me. He's going to do whatever he's getting the most attention. So if he sees another kid acting out and they're getting all the attention, oh, he's going to do the exact same thing they're doing because he wants that attention too. So I'm asking, like, give him a job to do. Give him, maybe he can help clean up. Maybe he can spray the tables. Maybe he can wipe the tables off. If you talk to him, he, like I said, he could vocalize more than just the screams. He's screaming now because he feels like he's not cared for here. Like my son has never been nowhere ever and said, "Mommy, I am scared." And now he's like, so I just feel like it's a personal vendetta against me that y'all taking it out on him. And it might not be the case, but that's just how I feel as a parent. Because when my son is telling me this stuff, I'm just like, okay, so now I'm really gonna watch the cameras. When I see you sitting on the carpet for 4 minutes, like everybody eating, I know my son likes to eat. He want to be the first one at the table because he'll be the first one asleep if he eat. Like I already know this. And then I'm just like, I don't know how to. I don't know how to say this because I'm just like, it's like he's always last, like he's at the end of the line. He's the last to go to the table. He's just like, oh, well, he's just here now because his mama didn't complain. Oh, he's just here now. And no, I'm not going to pull him out. He's going to be here for the duration of the school year, the whole school year, no matter what kind of crazy is going on. It's just, we're going to be tussling back and forth or whatever. But no, I'm not pulling him out. That's never an option for me. I'm never going to give up.
And we're not going to give up the problem. The thing is, you have to also let him know that he has to follow routines.
Yeah.
You know why he's at the end of the line? Because first he can be the first one, but he won't wash his hands. He still has to wash his hands. He still has to keep his mask on. He still has to do all of that, but he won't do it. So that's why he's at the end of the line, because he won't do what he needs to do. He's not following the routine. If you help him follow the routine, then that will happen.
Well, I would definitely talk to him about routines.
That's the thing. Clean up. He won't clean up. He won't do it. He'll do it. If you help us, help him follow routine, because it's good routine. For him to transition to public schools, he has to follow routine. He has to realize that it's not going to be Makai's way. He has to do that.
We
And I'm
need to
telling you,
set him
you
up for
saying you're a
success
licensed
now.
teacher,
Yeah.
I'm a licensed one, and I work in the public sector, school sector. They're not going to put up with what he's doing. Because for the simple fact, I understand what you're saying, but for us to get him to transition correctly in kindergarten, he has to follow routine. It can't be Makai's way all the time.
It's not always have to be Makai's
Well,
way.
that's what we're having a problem with, because it's like he's not. He can tell us no. He's not going to do it. He don't have to wash his hands. He's not going to keep his mask on. Now, I understand when you said he's never been sick. He's going to be sick if he doesn't keep that mask on. We have coughers. They're at that age. They don't know how to not cough in their hand. That has to be taught to them, and we're trying to teach him that. But if he does not keep, I understand the mask. You understand that. But if he does not keep his mask on, honey, he's gonna be sick. And that's what we're trying to get him to do. Keep his mask on and wash his hands. He'll get upset and he won't do it. So we need your help to explain to him that if you're saying that he understands. If he understands
does.
that,
I mean,
then
obviously.
we need your help.
So this is
We
week
can't
2.
do it by ourselves.
This is week 2. So obviously what's been going to happen has not been working. Then maybe we need to try something else. Maybe try a reward system, a sticker system. Instead of being so negative, so standoffish to him, reward him for doing something little good. You see what I mean?
And we did that today. And we tried to give him the stickers. We know about the reward. We tried to do that today. He like, I'm not doing it. I still want my sticker. So his mindset, I don't know how his mindset is. It's like, you're going to give it to me no matter what. If I don't get it, then he starts screaming and yelling. So what do you suggest with that? We do everything that you saying, we do. But we need your help with helping him get into the routine to understand and transition. We cannot do that ourselves. I'm coming to you as a teacher, and I'm coming to you as a parent. I know. My child is 17 years old. 6 years of that, I understand what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? So I know. It's hard, but we can't do it by ourselves if you don't help us. If you saying that he's going to stay here, he's going to do this, but he still has to follow routine.
I'm not saying for him not to follow. I'm not saying, hey, this Kai's class. Let Kai run crazy like a little rugrat. No.
Yeah, but we need your help with him understanding it. We can explain it to him as the best as we can as his teacher, but through his parents. You have to also tell him that.
And I do. I let him know every morning. I said, Kai, be good to go use the bathroom, listen to what they saying. Don't push shelves over, because he'll get to the point where if he feel like you guys are coming at him so much, he'll start throwing stuff and pushing shelves.
He did that. He did that today too. He did that today too.
He started throwing stuff?
He started throwing the bug thing. He started throwing the scale, and that's another dangerous. That's
yeah.
putting the
Now,
other kids at risk. See,
that's what I said. And that's what I said. Yeah, and that's what I said. I said, whenever you feel like he's in harm's way, I don't mind him. Okay, you go sit over here until you get all that done. But just to grab him because he wants to touch a toy, because he wants to grab off a toy, that's not okay.
Well, he wants to touch it without washing his hands. After he dig and do everything else without washing his hands. He wants to touch that shine.
My kid loves washing his hands, so I don't understand why he don't want to wash his hands here.
You could ask Ms. Morgan, do he wash his hands?
Not all the time.
Right. So my thing is,
I've been trying to, we have a hand washing song. I've been trying to do that with all the kids.
Because he loves water. So I don't understand why y'all saying he doesn't want to wash his hands. He loves the water.
I can tell you, my child, when she went to school, she acted a whole different color than around me and did not listen to. My eyes was like off the chain. And I said, I understand what you're saying. But it took me and a teacher to actually make sure. I had to tell my daughter that I'm going to talk to the teacher. I'm listening to what you're saying, but I'm also going to talk to the teacher. And at that age, they could tell you anything, because mine told me everything. Everything that went on in the classroom. Mine even told me, the teacher told her that I'm the biggest person in the classroom, so you're going to listen to me. So I thought about it. You know what I'm saying? I said, well, wait a minute. Why is she saying that to a 5-year-old? But I went to the school and I talked to her. But she's like, no, I was saying it anyway. But my thing is, you got to explain it the best way you can to them. They don't understand it. You probably hear it better coming from mommy. Like, you have to wash your hands, my child. After you come inside, after you go to the bathroom, after you eat. Because if you don't, you get germs. And then we tell him the same thing, he'll get it. It'll click in him. Like, he takes his shoes off all the time. You have to wash your hands. Can you please bring another pair of shoes?
I did.
No, he won't. He won't keep the white shoes on. He said they too tight.
Oh. I was like, I did bought him a brand new pair.
Yeah, the white ones I tried to put on, he did not like them. I don't think he liked anything that
On the back?
on the back of his foot. So we need something that actually he can keep on all day, because he'll take them off. You have to wash your hands. You was outside, you have to wash your hands. You know, something like that. All we just need is to help the transition and help the routine get better for him, so we can have a good year. You know, so you may not. Go ahead.
So when he has these tantrums, I'm the aunt, so I live in the house. So when he has these tantrums, do you all try to talk to him and calm him down? Or do you just let him just have his fit and get it out, and then after he's done, then you go? Or do you try to talk to him in the midst of him having it?
We do it both. So we'll wait like a good 3 or 4 minutes, and then we'll go talk to him. And then the more we talk to him, the louder he gets. Then we'll just say, okay, just go ahead to the quiet area. Then we come back, we work on breaths with him, like the yoga breath. It does not work. And then I think he's already in his way, so, you know, already in his feelings about it. So just let him go ahead, and then the louder to get, and then he'll, you know, talk mommy, and then we can understand all of that. But it's like, to calm him down, you gotta get him to the thing that he has to calm all the way down, because he's already escalated. You know, and I know y'all know go through. He already has escalated. So if you see him and he's still crying, it's nothing that we can do. We're trying to calm him down. Then we have to go to the other ones that already shook from it, and then it's like, so now we're calming them down. We come back to him. You know, so it's like, it's just that we have to meet to a medium. We have to do something where it doesn't frighten the rest of them, as you know, frighten the rest of them. So, and we don't want them to have a year that, you know, whereas in they don't want to play with him.
Right.
These are children. They have their own, and they don't, because of the way he cries and stuff. We don't want that. We're trying to build friendships. We're trying to make them, you know, for when they get to that next level, they'll know how to react to it, know how to deal with it. But if we don't know how to deal with it, and we need your help, then I don't know. I mean, this is the first time that in my 11 years doing it, the first time that I ever experienced. I never had a problem like this before, except for last year. But my thing is, it's easier to without help. If we just need the help. I think it's gonna work if we have another person in here helping us with it. We have to have a third person in here. We really have to have one, because for this to be early on, we need a third person in here to see what they can, and that person will help all of us. Because I don't know.
You mean the lady with the echo?
Yeah, I think we need to go ahead and bring that.
I have, and my son does not need that.
Okay. Yeah, they're great. I mean, you say your son doesn't need it, but they
need
help the teachers.
Yeah.
Really, I mean,
She
it's
will
not
come
so
in
much.
and
It's more
I
they're
mean,
going to
assess
give
to see what we need to
Patricia and
do.
Morgan, you know, some tips.
It may be, I mean,
yeah.
it's beneficial for us, and it may be beneficial for him, and it may be beneficial for you.
Yeah, no, it's not.
I mean,
because I know,
that's the
because I know,
only way that we're gonna get
because
through
I
this
already
year.
know. I know he can calm down. It's just like, it's called, like, I get what you're saying, but it's not just one way. There's many different ways to skin a cat. It's not just one way. Echo is not the only way. I'm not signing my son up for that. I'm sorry, but that is not the only way. There are other ways. There are other avenues we can take. There are other options we can take. There are different classroom management skills we can try. But that's not my last resort. I'm not doing that right now.
Well, I'm saying, so what if BPK or if CPK saying that we have to do this, or we have to bring another source in?
If who?
BP, Durham Published
Yeah.
Schools and NC Pre-K.
Mhm.
If they made the option of it, what would you say about that?
They still have to get my parental consent for them to work with my son.
But we need help. We need.
I understand what you're saying, but they still will need my signature to work with my son. And I'm telling you right now, I would rather try other options and avenues before I get to that level to be like, okay, my son needs this service right now.
Can I ask what ECHO is? I'm not in the school system, so I don't know.
ECHO is like a program that helps us work out to see, use different things, avenues. They can come in and use different tactics for us to work until you get him to transition.
And we worked with them last year, and they were really helpful.
we
And
worked
it
with
really
them for
is
the last 3
not
years.
so much, the child's doing this maybe. It's really geared more towards, they observe and they say, okay, Miss Morgan, Miss Patricia, in this situation, try this and try that, and just it's very helpful. It was very helpful to them. And the lady who was our representative was very good.
She's really good.
Very good.
And then also, they don't come in and work with only him. They work with the classroom as a whole.
Yeah.
Not
Whole
just him.
classroom dynamic.
So it's almost as though like she'll come in and assess the whole classroom and see what we need to do in a as a whole. And then it's actually a good program.
Alright.
How many kids? 17?
It's 18 and all.
18 to 22?
So
Is
with
that
the
like a
lunch
regular-
thing,
is it
do
like
they
a
get
regular
seconds
classroom size
if they
for,
want seconds?
Duncan School?
They do.
Okay.
Does he usually eat the food from here?
He eats his drinks. He eats real good. He eats breakfast. He eats first he'll say, I don't want it. And then he'll sit down and eventually eat it.
He wasn't sure about the baked apples today. He ended up here taking a bite of them. Everything else he ate.
Well, we enjoy. I enjoy him a lot. He's very bright. Today was kind of the first day that I got a chance to spend a little bit of time with him. We were over there building and doing some things with the little Lego cars, and very his reasoning, his vocabulary. He's okay.
Yeah. Like I say, he has an older sister, so
Yeah.
she teaches most of what he knows.
Yeah. So if we can just kind of help him when he gets these big emotions about things, we can help him through those times.
Right.
Kind of lessen those, steer him in a good, direction. We'll be in a good place. But please know that I don't. I just don't think there's any malicious activity going on at all from these teachers. I know these teachers well. I've worked with them since last year. They're both very seasoned teachers. I think they're always going to have his best interest at heart. But we definitely hear you loud and clear when you say, the physical, guiding and things, just to be very mindful and cognizant of that and how he's interpreting that. We don't want him to think that that's a punitive thing, either. So.
Right.
Well, thank you so much for being
I guess moving forward, like I said, I want my son to feel like he's in a safe environment. To recap that, I want my son to feel like he's in a safe environment.
I think he is in a safe environment. I think that also, not only him, we want to make a safe environment for all the children in the classroom.
Yeah, for all children in the classroom. But if you have your kid telling you that they do not feel safe and they want to go home, then yeah, that is a problem because he has never said that ever in his life until today. There's no way to take away from that. That's what he said.
So, all we done before we did that.
Yeah, I think Miss Bean has stuff.
Can you bring me my car? Because I got to get his sister from school.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. So we're all clear that guide him, not pulling on him. And I would like, if you can, just put this all in writing that we all can sign, that we've had this meeting.
Yes.
So I can have it for my documentation.
You're welcome. Thank you, and he'll be right out.
Okay.